It was just last week when illicit spas made national headlines after a man blamed his sex addiction for a shooting rampage that killed 6 female massage parlor workers in Atlanta. One of the spas where the victims worked was busted for prostitution 10 times over the last 2 years, but it was somehow allowed to stay open. While the circumstances of the Atlanta shooting seem to be rare, massage parlors staying open after they are busted is all too familiar here in Colorado Springs. 13 Investigates first exposed the illicit spas with ties to human trafficking 2 years ago. We have continued to ask questions since then, and now the Colorado Springs City Council has finally agreed to address the issue in a work session next month. Tonight, KRDO News Channel 13 investigative reporter Chelsea Brentzel is speaking with City Council members and candidates on where they stand. Chelsea.
Bart, the Colorado Springs City Council election is less than 2 weeks away on April 6th, and one of the first orders of business for the newly elected council will be illegal massage parlors continuing to operate in our city with little recourse. Colorado Springs, a city where a booming illegal sex industry continues to thrive at all hours of the day in neighborhood shopping centers. A city where accused pimps like this man, Ciencia, can open their illicit massage parlors back up the day they bail out of jail and allegedly force their victims to work there after being arrested for keeping a house of prostitution and pimping. El Paso County District Attorney Michael Allen describes the women working behind these doors.
Those people are, in fact, victims. They are often very tightly controlled as to their movements and what they can and can't do.
13 Investigates has found 27 massage parlors in Colorado Springs city limits based on a website called Rub Maps. The site shows the 27 spas have explicit reviews about sexual services people received from the women working there. Chances are there's one not far from your house. Here's where they exist by City Council district. In District 1, the northwest part of town in blue on this map, 4 illicit parlors are currently doing business. In District 2, north central Colorado Springs, highlighted in purple, has one of these spas. Southwest in District 3, shown in orange here, 3 spas are operating right now. District 4, highlighted green here, has the most illicit massage parlors in the city, with 11 that are currently open. District 5, shown in red, the central area of town, has 8 spas. District 6 to the east in yellow is the only area where we found none of these parlors operating right now. 13 Investigates sent a survey to each candidate running in the April 6 Colorado Springs City Council race asking for their solutions. 11 of the candidates support creating a new city ordinance, making it tougher for illicit massage parlors to operate. The city of Aurora did that back in 2018 and was able to kick out most of its illegal parlors within a year. The candidates who support adopting new regulations by council district are Glenn Carlson, Jim Mason, and Dave Donaldson in District 1, David Noblitt and Randy Helms in the 2nd District, Olivia LUPIA and incumbent councilman Richard Scorman from District 3, in District 5, Mary Elizabeth Fabian, KARLIE Van Arnam, Justin Herms, and Nancy Hajum. District 3 candidate Art Glenn says he supports solely using the city's current public nuisance ordinance to shut down spas with 2 or more instances of prostitution or pimping, but doesn't believe a new ordinance is necessary. Incumbent District 2 Councilman Dave GEISLINGER claims there is no evidence of human trafficking in the spas and that he supports the enforcement of current laws instead of a tougher ordinance. Candidates Michael Seeger, Jay Inman, Henry McCall, Regina English, Matt Zelenak, Garfield Johnson, and Mike O'Malley did not respond to the survey, and they didn't provide an explanation as to why. District 4 incumbent Councilwoman Yolanda Avila, who has more illicit parlors in her district than any other area of town, did give a reason for not filling out the survey. She told 13 Investigates over the phone she chose not to complete it because it was, quote, distracting from the focus of her campaign. But illicit spas are no doubt one of the first issues the newly elected council will work on. As it's now, the topic scheduled to be discussed at their first work session 6 days after the election. The meeting was scheduled after 13 Investigates continued to ask questions for the last 2 years.
You look to people like your station, KRDO, okay, to bring these things to light. I think you shut down 2 of the organizations already. Okay, and of course you brought focus on the others.
Colorado Springs City Councilman at large Bill Murray isn't currently up for re-election, but says it's time for action.
I don't want it to be a one-off discussion, okay, and then have it just disappear in the ethereal. What we need to do is consolidate that information into one center location, so in fact we can act on it.
The new City Council's illicit spa work session is set for April 12th. You can find the full responses from the 13 candidates who responded to our illicit spa solutions survey right now on KRDO.com. Chelsea Brensel, 13 Investigates.
Very telling, Chelsea. Thank you.